Sign me up. I'm assuming that's a class thingy. You see that drone? Hello and what is up, guys? I'm Inexorable Warrior and I love playing first person, third person, co-op, shooter, player versus enemy game. Now I had a lot of ideas for a killer intro, montage, all that for this video. I've been planning it for the past 2-3 weeks, trust me. I don't think it's happening because, you know, IRL stuff. But that being said, here are the 3 games that I have a close eye on. Watching them really closely. I'm digging all the information we have on them out there on the internet and all the visual content, whatever there's to read, bits and pieces here and there. I've picked them all up for you guys. These games I am really hyped and excited about. I'm literally losing my sleep over them. Some of them are honestly just making me frustrated because I want them to come out yesterday. So without further ado, let's dive deep into them. So the 2 games that we are gonna be talking about next are the craziest ones. Like, I am loving them, you know, literally. But the first one, the one I'm gonna start with, is number 3. Well, let me tell you something. So the number 3 is a fan favorite, I would say. I have no background on this. I have no context because there was apparently 2 prequels for this game that came out. Killing Floor 1, Killing Floor 2. And when you talk about crazy, like, competitive shooter games, you know, like any veteran player that I've spoken to who are like really good at shooter games, they always mention one thing. That's Killing Floor. So unfortunately, I've never played that game. I never came across it because I was, you know, living under a rock or something. With that being said, now the trailer we're about to watch together, it doesn't give away a lot of information, but you know, people who've played the game, it might mean something to them. I know it's going to be hyphy, it's full of blood and gore and all that. It's kind of nasty. But it might just set the mood for the people who've played the, you know, Killing Floor 1 and 2. For me, apparently, like, I haven't played it. I don't know much about it. So without further ado, let's just watch the trailer together. All right, so that's it. Yeah, like, fan favorite. A lot of friends of mine speak highly of Killing Floor games, so I am excited, you know, because of them and the community, of course. So I don't have a lot to say about this game. It's just like, it's from Tripwire. It's going to be coming out on PS5, Xbox X and S, Steam, and Epic Store games. Now, they haven't revealed or teased any release date yet. That's all we know so far about this game. And that's all. So that's number 3. Now, the number 2 and 1 are the ones I'm very just, I got no words. I can't express it. So I'm gonna start with the one that I'm really like freaking going crazy over. And then the fun one, like, this one's more hyphy, the second one. The first one, the number 1 will be just, you know, for the the shenanigans, just for the shits and giggles. Now, before I play this, turn up your volumes, immerse into the trailer, and then we're gonna break it down. Watch it with me. Some of these trailers you may or may not have watched before.
Come on! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!
Now, some people, or very few people, I would say, would be like me, who don't know shit about Warhammer. I just got into the franchise. I just started paying attention to it. So there's planetary warfare going on, right? Between the Xenos and the Tyranids and all that, right? So the deity, the one being, is the Emperor, and they all follow, and they live and die for the Emperor, the mankind. So the Emperor sacrificed himself to promote and contribute towards a special space force, the Marines, the Space Marines. These dudes are over 2.5 meters tall, above close to 500 pounds before they wear the armor. And the concept of the armor, I love it. I really love it, is because it's not like every other game or movie you just put on the armor. They put an exoskeleton suit, which is like synthetic muscle, on top of their bodies, and then they put on the armor, which connects to that suit, which allows them to control that suit with their reflexes and all that, the best control, motor skills and all that. So whenever shit hits the fan, everything goes crazy and all hope is lost. That's when they send the Space Marines. And the Space Marines are like the Emperor's angels. They're the angels of death, right? So these are the Space Marines. So look at everyone who look at the Space Marines and just try and feel what they feel. Look at the size difference. Those angels. I want to stop it there for a second. The music that comes when he takes off his helmet. Look at his eyebrows, his eyes, and his lips. It's like it's gonna pull you into this, and it's gonna make you feel like you wanna be a Space Marine, and you wanna be there, and you wanna do this shit yourself. He's pissed. He's observing. He's gonna get some. I always wanted to do something like that in a video game, is where you like just slam into the ground and just, you know, cause destruction and chaos. Okay, so before we move on to a couple of other 2-minute trailers for this game, I want to put out something. So the thing is, this game is being made here, if you can see my cursor, Saber Interactive, the devs who made World War Z Aftermath, a game that came out in 2019, still being played in 2023, almost 2024. We're entering 2024 very, very soon. Still being played by at least 15,000 people on average, just on Steam itself. Very fun game. They did a lot of things that are right with that game. I'm not talking about that game. I'm talking about the things that it has right and what we can expect in the upcoming Space Marine 2 game. The main thing that I want to highlight, though, is Saber Interactive have got their own engine. It's called the Swarm engine. The only game that I've played that I've been able to see hundreds, and not hundreds, thousands of enemies on screen in a single given time that you are gonna kill without having any stability issues, right? Or any issues from your computer, your rig. It can handle it. It's because of their optimization. It's because they're using the Swarm engine. And if you pay attention to like what's happening here, the number of enemies and all that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You're gonna get those number of enemies. Trust me, if Saber is on it, you're gonna get those number of enemies. And they will also provide you with the tools to deal with them. Now, enough of me. Let's hear what the devs have to say about this.
So working on a Warhammer 40,000 license, especially Space Marine 2, is an amazing honor, and I'm very excited about it. There are millions of people that love this franchise. And one of the scary things about this franchise is that there are millions of people that love this franchise.
We didn't just want to create any third-person shooter. We wanted to create a game that embodied the galactic warfare that you come to know from this franchise. It is a passion piece for all of the people working at Saber. You know, these are people who've read the novels for years, who've played the games, and so nobody has higher expectations than us.
I'm playing physically.
Call it whatever you want. Marketing gimmick. You know, the devs are supposed to talk that way for a game. You know, it's just a marketing strat, whatever. He never said that we have a competent team. We have the best team here working on this. They're professionals. No. He is talking about being fans themselves. Like, they've read the books, the novels, they've played the video games, and they themselves have higher expectations from themselves to come up with something not done yet.
I'm playing physically what amounts to like a super galactic space warrior. You know, these guys are 2.5 meters tall. They're probably about 500 pounds before you even put the armor on top of them, and their armor, it's ginormous. How do you recreate that? And then you see it, and you know, suddenly I am 2.5 meters tall, and it's pretty amazing.
Most human beings in this world will never see a Space Marine. They're the stuff of legends. They're known as the angels of death. His angels. When one appears on the battlefield, it's like seeing an angel of God.
Well, Titus, he's been there, done that, seen more than all the other Ultramarines. He's an apex predator. Yeah, everything he does with purpose, everything with intention, everything with extreme power.
People who've read the books will have expectations about how Space Marines fight. And so that's been our guiding principle behind the gameplay that we created. One of my favorite parts of the trailer release at the Game Awards was watching the feedback that people gave afterwards. And I saw all this excitement over just a tiny few snippets of gameplay. And I just kept thinking, wait till you see what we got for you. Wait till you see what's next.
Believe me, citizens, you have not seen anything yet. I know!
A little bit more before we move on to the third and the final game.
We're facing a Tyranid splinter fleet. They engaged us on 2 planets, Avarax and Kadaku. I'll be straight with you, Titus. I have my reservations.
One more thing. I looked into Saber Interactive. They're like close to $1 billion company. So we can, Saber can do this shit. And if they don't do this right, they're done for. They're done for. But they will. They will. I've seen their other games quite successful, but World War Z, they nailed it. They literally nailed it.
Observations about your reinstatement. There could be questions. Will that be a problem? No, Captain.
Tyranids!
My pledge is eternal service.
Xenos inbound! Eviscerate this abomination! Come forth and be slaughtered!
I want to be that guy.
Open the gates. Care to see who can slay more Xenos for the Chiron? I thought a piece of that statue would offer more sport. Hold them back, damn it! For Ultramar! For the Emperor!
It's giving me a vibe. It's giving me a feeling that there's going to be some similar gameplay to World War Z in terms of weapons. So you have different types of weapons. We see the... So that was the bolt gun, yeah. We have the hammer. We have the melee weapons. That's the chainsword. See, that's like a sniper type of rifle. I can't see him ADS and, have the zoom, the scope up, but... It's like a single shot. Here's the automatic rifle. This looks like a plasma weapon, right? So you have different weapons. And some other gameplay videos that I've watched, you can pick up on the go. You can pick up heavy weapons, for the big booms. All right. Last one. And then we go to the third game.
Major Sarkana, what's your status?
We've lost a lot of men out of heavy rounds, but we're still in the fight!
We're coming to you now.
They're plotting something.
What motive do these creatures have to attack this facility?
These are mere drones.
Then what guides them?
A worthy adversary.
You will pay, you rotten cowards!
Another thing, there is parry in the game, and there are finishers like Doom Eternal. The enemies apparently glow orange.
Eviscerate this abomination! Delta Wing, report.
The spores collapsed the bridge. There's no way through.
Get into assault position by the bridge.
Let us show them some of Ultimar's hospitality!
That's the heavy weapon. That's the heavy weapon. If you talk to me about these trailers itself, I can go on and on and on, but wow, don't want to make it a long video than it's already is right now. All right, coming to the epic mention for this video. It's once you start watching this trailer, you're gonna feel like, yeah, I know where it's going, but you don't know where it's going. Trust me.
We gotta be ready. No passes it this time.
Blood splash on the window.
Ruby.
Ugh. On my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. So all that hype, all that communication between the team, you know, nobody half-asses it this time. Ruby, you gotta do your best. On my mark, get ready. They were actually getting ready for singing the chorus of the song together. If you didn't, you know, realize what was
On
happening.
my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. What's the first thing that you notice? John Carpenter. You guys know who John Carpenter is? You watch movies? The Thing, you know, The Thing. That's John Carpenter. Escape from New York, Escape from LA. There was a Marsh, Ghost of Marsh, something like that movie. I don't remember, long time ago. That's John Carpenter, right? Rumor is, I've read a couple of articles, you know, digging out stuff for this game. So he, as a movie maker, he's retired, right? He did make a couple of games before. Those were really nice games. That's what I've heard. Now he's retired. He's not into movies anymore. And in his retirement, he's just playing video games. He's loving playing video games, right? So now a movie maker who is passionate about gaming, and he's gaming, he is directing this game. He's making the story and the, you know, the way this game is, you know, is gonna be directed. It's from John Carpenter. If you need to say more, as if, right? Okay. First, did you see this? You can apparently drive vehicles, Humvees and shit, and there are gonna be weapons mounted on top of those vehicles, which you can mount on. Sign me up. I'm assuming that's a class thingy. You see that drone, which released like a pulse or something, and the weapon, it's like an AK, and the weapon and the gunplay. I mean, you're gonna see it up in the you know, the rest of the footages. The gunplay seems like Call of Duty-ish, and the gameplay sort of brings back for Blood Wives, but in a good way. In a good way. See, different types of vehicles. You saw a couple of others before this, and this is apparently, if I remember correctly, an ambulance. See, that's like a UAV type of thing from the Russians, you know, the snowmobile, and there's like, you know, some scanning tool, maybe targeting missile targeting system, something. I saw a Vector. That's the Vector. That's some sort of an M16. I am not too good with weapons. So they can leap and grapple onto your vehicles and you gotta keep them off or something. Another vehicle, that's a big ass truck. That seems interesting. Like, a car can apparently get stuck in the mud or in the swamp or something, and the other vehicle can drag or something. I don't know, it could be an NPC thing, like some people getting trapped somewhere and then you as a team need to extract them. This all looks very fun, not gonna lie. Okay, so here what it is. 2024 coming next year. Could be middle of 2024, could be the last 2 quarters or something, which is close to middle, of course. Anyways, again, notice this. Saber Interactive, they're going crazy, bro. They're going ham with the game dev scene, right? Again, if it's Saber, Swarm Engine, baby, Swarm Engine. All those enemies you saw in the trailer, they're gonna be in-game, and you're not gonna have any issues with your machine. If you're playing on console, if you're playing on PC, Xbox, PS, whatever, your system would be able to handle that shit. You won't have any stability issues, right? Because again, Swarm Engine. So it's very optimized for when it comes to these type of games. That looks fun. Okay, so I'm gonna just, end the video right here. Let me know what you guys think about all of those 3 games that we just talked about, and the things that I was able to pinpoint. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if you guys liked the sort of the video. So we're gonna do one more some other time. And with that being said, transferring my energy, my excitement to you guys. See you guys next time. Peace.